Remember that you can do no astrology without an ephemeris or a reasonable facsimile. There are two types of ephemeris, one for the 20th century and one for the 21st century. You must have these books, or you have to get your information online or at the library.
Wisdom and magic are possible through the use of the stars. Each sign is translated by the natural traits of its ruling planet and by the feelings produced by that planetary experience. Each planet possesses a characteristic feeling. To compare the emotional effect of each planet, one should determine the sign each planet is posited in. Next, he or she should verify the action driving his or her own internal psyche. The feelings experienced often mimic the way the planets are posited naturally in the chart. It is most important to watch planets in bad aspect to either your sun or moon. They represent your very life. After determining bad aspects, people can consciously manifest the energy in a different and more positive way. However, bad aspects build character and talents by successfully overcoming adversity repeatedly in the chart. The moon controls emotions. People feel the moon as it passes through each sign of the zodiac during a 24-hour period. The moon rounds the chart each day, triggering natal aspects. The sun, moon, and Mercury adopt the personality of the ruling planet of the sign or house each is located in. Positive thoughts indicate good aspects in the chart. Negative thoughts indicate stressful aspects. People must learn to recognize their feel-good and feel-bad configurations in order to act at a more appropriate time in the future. The inner planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus, lie between the Earth and the center of the solar system. These planets move faster and are more personal and pleasant in action and feeling. The outer planets, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, are slower, excluding Mars. These planets produce unpleasant, long-lasting feelings or trends. Outer planets are impersonal and universal in nature. All planets are necessary in the scheme of life. The stars are not personal. They are pure, free, generic energy that surrounds all people all the time, whether welcome or not. Fortunate times can be seen and predicted in the chart. People can act to receive benefits available to them if aware of its presence. Likewise, people can avoid disaster by knowing the planets will be inharmonious in configuration on certain days and avoid acting until danger has passed. It takes time for the passage of the stars and the unfolding of destiny. Without the stars' magnetic pull, there is no inner motivation. People are drawn by their stars according to aspects in the horoscope. No thought enters the mind unless aspected first in the chart. Events may not occur as people expect, however, they will experience by thought or deed each aspect. People are not compelled by their stars to act. They are merely inspired by thought to act. The world is created by thoughts and feelings. The more one knows about these existing energies, the better one can understand oneself. Animate and inanimate objects respond to this magnetic energy. Therefore, adverse planetary configurations may even cause inclement weather and natural disasters. In essence, the passage of time and planets around the chart at a set rate of speed cause all people to experience both good and bad aspects. Understanding one's life through the astrological chart can be a rewarding experience, if you believe in that sort of thing. It has my stamp of approval. The best we can hope for is to be aware of the surrounding planetary energies to judge whether or not to act. We cannot change our natal stars, but we can change how we are manifesting their action. First, we must become aware of our weaknesses and consciously manifest our planets in a different way. The stars must act in our lives, but they must only manifest one way at a time. If we are already using their energy to create something, our planetary needs will have been satisfied safely. Most of life's unhappiness is due to adverse star conditions. We are not content with the pace at which the wheels move, and delays are everywhere. This is a fact of life. Get used to it and monitor planetary conditions for your best time for success. Not only must we learn to act, but we must also learn to not act. Not acting is often harder to do with a planetary aspect motivating us. There are times when each will be successful and times when each will be unsuccessful. It is set up that way and no one escapes. Hindsight is one of the best ways to study astrology because many of the facts are already in. One can wait for a noticeable event to occur and check the transiting stars that day against natal and progressed stars to observe motivating factors and results. One should note where it happened, how you felt about it, which part of the body might be involved, through which element did it arrive. These are all parts of the astrological puzzle. Each element of the situation can be translated into an astrological sign or planet. A sign and the planet that rules it is one and the same energy. We are always interpreting the sign's energy by the planet that rules it. They are interchangeable. Whether an astrological sign is found on the inside or the outside of the wheel, it still retains its same general meaning and qualities. Various types of energies are continually mixing in the cosmos invisibly around us. You will be able to view these dynamics on paper as it pertains to you. The astrological language is a most fascinating one. It is marked by feeling and life events of a synchronous nature. The astrological chart depicts what is both seen and that which is unseen in our world. There is nothing that exists in your life that is not included in the 12 astrological signs of the zodiac. The study of astrology is a life quest for some in search of knowledge that is hidden. Knowledge, pure and simple, comes from the study of the planetary action upon life on Earth. When convinced of the validity of the craft of astrology, one can easily move from the known, which is the past, to the unknown, which is the future. Predicted events may not always manifest as we thought, but the true events will mimic all planetary conditions. Astrology helps us to understand who we are and shows us potentials that we may have never dared to dream of before. Move forward with confidence. Planetary rate of travel. Each planet or luminary travels the astrological chart at a set rate of speed. When planets aspect our natal planets, we are affected according to the planetary energy and the area of life it is located in. The sun moves 1 degree per day and spends approximately 1 month in a sign. It takes 365 days to move around the entire chart. The moon moves 13 degrees per day and spends 2.5 days in a sign. It takes 28 days to round the chart. Mercury is always near the sun. It takes 88 days to revolve around the sun and moves 1 to 2 degrees per day. Venus is also always near the sun. It takes 224 days to round the entire chart and spends less than 1 month in a sign. Mars takes 22 months, almost 2 years, to round the chart. It spends approximately 6 weeks in a single sign. Jupiter takes 12 years to move around the entire chart. It spends approximately 1 year in each sign. Saturn takes 28 to 30 years to round the entire chart. It spends 2.5 years in a single sign. Uranus takes 84 years to round the chart. It spends 7 years approximately in a single sign. Neptune takes 165 years to round the entire chart. It spends 14 years in a single sign. Pluto takes 248 years to round the entire chart. It spends 20 to 21 years in a single sign. The North and South Node are mere reference points that move slowly around the chart in seeming retrograde motion, taking about 18 months in a single sign. The South Node is always understood to be exactly opposite to the North Node as given in the ephemeris. Translating the language of the stars, people, places, and things. Planetary meaning throughout the houses. The sun in a house shows the area of life which will require from us a focusing of vital energy. The moon in a house shows the area of life where we will have to adjust emotionally to meet our destiny. There is great emotion to the area of life where the moon is. Whatever it touches, we will love. Mercury in a house shows the area of life we will use the Mercury power. Mercury brings about contracts and communication. Mercury controls our dominant conscious thoughts. It shows our decision-making ability. Venus in a house shows the area of life we will be extremely attracted to for social relationships. It reveals the types of things we find beautiful in this world. Mars in a house shows the area of life where one can use great strength and aggressively strive for meeting one's destiny. It reveals the kind of things where one spends a great deal of physical energy doing. Jupiter in a house shows the area of life where one can push for expansion most successfully. It doesn't necessarily mean good luck unless well aspected and kind. Saturn in a house shows the area of life where one will exercise discipline or self-limitation for greater future security. Saturn seeks acceptance in society through hard work. Uranus in a house shows the area in life where we will experience radical, unexpected changes and require the freedom to express our inner being. Neptune in a house shows the area in life we will experience illusion, deception. Neptune acts by destroying the past to make room for the future. The destruction was an illusion, for the replacement is bigger and better. Pluto in a house shows the area of life we will experience sweeping change and transformation. It shows where we can make our greatest contribution towards mankind for our greater good. Astrological sun signs rule parts of the body. Aries rules the head and face. Taurus rules the neck and throat. Gemini rules the hands, arms, lungs, and parts of the brain. Cancer rules the breasts and stomach and parts of the brain. Leo rules the heart and upper back. Virgo rules the abdomen and upper intestines. Libra rules the kidneys and buttocks and rules over beauty. Scorpio rules the sexual reproduction organs and the rectum. Sagittarius rules the hips and thighs. Capricorn rules the knees, bones, teeth, and skin. Aquarius rules the shins and ankles. Pisces rules the feet. Planets ruling the physical senses. There are 5 planets governing the senses. Mercury rules the sense of sight. Venus rules the sense of touch. Mars rules the sense of taste. Jupiter rules the sense of smell. Saturn rules the sense of hearing. The sun rules the life principle. The moon rules the body through which we manifest life. Uranus governs the aura in the 6th sense. Flashes of genius or intuition occur during the days and hours ruled by Mercury. Uranus energy is a higher vibration of the Mercury energy. Neptune rules the inner spirit and subconscious mind. It governs a higher vibration of the beauty of Venus. Effects arrive on days and hours ruled by Venus. Pluto rules the spirit world and the astral body. The effects of Pluto manifest during the days and hours ruled by Mars. Types of people represented by the astrological signs. Aries rules beginners, warriors, pioneers, uniformed police officers, firemen, tool and iron workers. Taurus rules bankers, investors, wealthy people, cattle ranchers, singers, and chefs. Gemini rules twins, brothers and sisters, cousins, friends, and neighbors who live close by. Oral or written communicators, journalists, intellectuals, people involved in the lower education school system, airplane pilots, thinkers, writers, people working with information, and librarians. Cancer rules mothers, mother figures, babysitters, nurturers, overly emotional people, real estate agents, landholders, home decorators, and defenders of the homeland. Leo rules children, actors and actresses, comedians, movie stars and entertainers, royalty, gamblers, stock market brokers, creative people, and romantics. Virgo rules doctors, nurses, hygienists, employees, skilled service workers, waiters and waitresses, fitness experts, bus and taxi drivers, military personnel, and small pets. Libra rules marriage and business partners, sweethearts, beauticians, fashion designers, dancers, musicians, jewelers, florists, lower court personnel, open enemies, beautiful men and women, people drawn to culture and social interactions, dance and art appreciation. Scorpio rules the dead, spirits, insurance agents, taxmen, surgeons, people of low moral character, rapists, pedophiles, killers, butchers, prostitutes, drug dealers, gang members, witches, warlocks, psychics, archaeologists, researchers, miners, secretive people, scientists, pharmacists, plumbers, private detectives, atomic physicists, terrorists, and spies. Sagittarius rules college students and those who have obtained higher education degrees, travelers, foreigners, strangers, religious figures, clergy, judges of supreme courts, social workers, publishers, astronauts, horse racers, sports competitors. Capricorn rules employers, authority figures, the aged, the father figures, father time, the mentor, people who discipline or restrict us in any way. It is the teacher and it is the student. Aquarius rules casual friends, community volunteers, electricians, people who work with electronics or mechanical technologies, eccentrics, futuristic thinkers, humanitarians, astrologers, revolutionaries, weirdos, mathematicians, science fiction fans, inventors. Pisces rules prisoners, orphans, widows, victims, the homeless, secret enemies, liars, con men, forgers, poisoners, filmmakers, psychics, traitors, dreamers, escapists, drug takers, alcoholics, sailors, people who work with oceans and sea life, suicidal types, people who are hospitalized or in confinement, depressed people, and people who cause their own ruination. Astrological sun signs represent parts of the home. Areas of the home can be dangerous to us on certain days when the planets are afflicted. Aries rules doorways, rooftops, tool room or shop. Taurus rules vaults, storerooms, trunks, jewelry boxes, and places where valuables are securely kept. Gemini rules windows, telephone, and computer rooms, writing desks, and places where books and papers are kept. Cancer rules the bath, laundry room, and main living room. Leo rules the nursery and children's rooms, places where pots and kettles are kept, furnaces, and all places where fire is used. Virgo rules the pantry, garden, dining room, sick room, and outbuildings where small animals are kept. Libra rules bedrooms, dressing rooms, balconies, china, and silverware displays. Scorpio rules medicine shelves, toilets, sewer, garbage and recyclables, and locked or secret rooms. Sagittarius rules upstairs rooms, the chimney, private garages, barns, or stables. Capricorn rules the office, the attic, the cellar, and all dark places. Aquarius rules electric lights, radio or television reception rooms, stairs, artistic wall hangings, and cheap furniture. Pisces rules sinks, pumps, cisterns, gas and oil systems, and wells. Astrological sun signs rule parts of the city. Aries rules manufacturing districts, hardware stores, auto repair shops, and police and fire departments. Taurus rules banks, safes, vaults, and cash registers, places where monies and securities are kept, and pastry shops where sweets are located. Gemini rules rail yards, buses, newspaper and periodical offices, libraries, roads, autos and airplanes, mailboxes, post offices, telephone and computer systems offices. Cancer rules reservoirs, running water, water pipes and hydrants, hotels, main residential districts, and real estate agencies. Leo rules theaters, school playgrounds, parks, places of amusement and entertainment, as well as gambling establishments. Virgo rules public works, grocery and nutritional stores, fitness clubs, employment agencies, restaurants, lawn care and cleaning services, and all places serving the public. Libra rules stores where fashion, jewelry, cosmetics, and finery are sold, and where beautiful things are on display. Dating services and salons. Scorpio rules drugstores, doctor's offices, operating rooms, morgues, slaughterhouses, sewers, cesspools, cemeteries, funeral homes, tax, insurance, and probate offices. Sagittarius rules churches, lecture halls, courthouses, lawyers' offices, bookstores, publishing and social service agencies. Capricorn rules City Hall, offices of corporate presidents, and the Chamber of Commerce. Aquarius rules art stores, furniture stores, electrical, lighting, television, radio, and computer stores, places where autos, airplanes, and electronic accessories can be obtained. Pisces rules hospitals, nursing homes, prisons, orphanages, public charities and homeless missions, gas stations, oil refineries, and places near water. Signs and omens. There are 5 twin signs: Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, and Pisces. Note the twin strokes in the creation of the glyph. When an activity occurs in a twin sign, it can be expected to occur not once, but twice. The planets inside the Earth's orbit are kind and more personal in nature. The Sun controls the reputation and the life force. It takes on the personality of the sign it is located in. The Moon controls the emotions and popularity. It too takes the personality of the sign it is located in. Mercury controls contracts, thought, and communications, as well as the decision-making faculties. It takes on the nature of the sign it is located in. Venus controls our attractions to others for close personal relationships, beauty, culture, and money. Venus is almost always a woman or love object. She brings peace, kindnesses, and favors. The planets outside the Earth's orbit are longer lasting and considered more evil in nature. Except for Mars, they are less personal and more universal in their action. Mars controls a person's energy and effectiveness. It shows where a person spends a great deal of physical energy. Jupiter controls a person's luck or lack of it. Under affliction, Jupiter's nature turns evil. Saturn controls a person's lessons and losses, obstacles and delays. Saturn withholds what we want to us until the time is right. Uranus controls the unexpected events and surprises, good or bad, in one's life. Neptune controls the deception and illusion, dreams, drugs, and alcohol escape routes we choose. Pluto controls the ability to transform, to effect a sweeping change in life. Planets have been noted to harm us in very specific ways according to their own planetary nature. Under affliction, each planet has a specific way of harming us. The sun brings illness or accidents under affliction. It can even harm the reputation. The moon brings unpopularity, illness, negative feelings under affliction. Mercury brings poor decisions, problems with roads, contracts, and communication devices. Venus brings bouts of ugliness where the senses can be offended by surroundings. Under afflictions, there can be money and love problems. Mars is sharp. It is fire, which can burn, cut, and wound. It is red. It brings war, burns, scalds, infections, rashes, fevers, gunshot, and knife wounds. Jupiter brings things that can only be described as unlucky, like going to prison for something you didn't do or serious illness. Don't take chances when Jupiter is under extreme affliction. Exercise caution. Saturn brings hardship and privation, a need to struggle. The injury that Saturn brings is danger from restriction of air, water, heat, light, or blood flow. It is solid and concrete. Danger of a blow from a blunt instrument is its signature injury. Uranus represents the unexpected things of a surprise nature. It controls natural disasters, electricity, accidents, ambushes, explosions, and all radical changes of plans. One cannot expect what it will bring. It is an unknown. Neptune brings deception, illusion, treachery, where one is in danger of being deceived. The danger can come from drugs and alcohol, oils and gases, or from the ocean. Neptune rules the sea. Pluto brings hidden dangers from secret plots, rape and sodomy, death, surgery, medicines, poisons, atomic energy, spies, terrorists, birth and death. Where it goes in the chart will be an area of sweeping change and transformation or healing effect. It is important to pay attention to the elements of fire, earth, air, and water that the danger will arrive through, and what parts of the body will be affected. In this way, one can avoid dangerous situations. The world always provides omens of planetary afflictions in time to avert the evil influences when you can read the signs. Small injuries to the body, pain in parts of the body, sore fingers, colors, numbers, etc. are all omens of an astrological nature. People are only prone to illness and injury under planetary affliction. Otherwise, there is no danger. The following chart shows the hand and the planetary rulers of each finger. Venus rules the thumb. Jupiter rules the index finger. Saturn rules the middle finger. The Sun rules the ring finger. And Mercury rules the pinky. Look for aspects to the Sun, Moon, and Mercury for general physical and mental health. Other curious sign affinities as mimicked in the world. Each sign and planet triggered by aspect shows a sympathetic sign almost not noticeable to us unless we are looking. Look for these small omens of planetary energy during any time. Aries Its metal is iron. Its color is red. Its energy is most noticeable on Tuesday. Aries vibrates to the musical note of C. Taurus. Its metal is copper. Its color is emerald green. Its energy is most noticeable on Friday. Taurus vibrates to the musical note of A or La. Gemini. Its metal is mercury. Its color is orange. Its energy is most noticeable on Wednesday. Gemini vibrates to the musical note of E or Mi. Cancer. Its metal is silver. Its color is purple. Its energy is most noticeable on Monday. Cancer vibrates to the musical note of B. Leo. Its metal is gold. Its color is yellow. Its energy is most noticeable on Sunday. Leo vibrates to the musical note of D. Virgo. Its metal is mercury. Its color is orange. Its energy is most noticeable on Wednesday. Virgo vibrates to the musical note of E. Libra. Its metal is copper. Its color is emerald green. Its energy is most noticeable on Friday. Libra vibrates to the musical note of A. Scorpio. Its metal is steel. Its color is dark red. Its energy is most noticeable on Tuesday. Scorpio vibrates to the musical note of high C. Sagittarius. Its metal is tin. Its color is royal blue. Its energy is most noticeable on Thursday. Sagittarius vibrates to the musical note of G. Capricorn. Its metal is lead. Its color is black. Its energy is most noticeable on Saturday. Capricorn vibrates to the musical note of F. Aquarius. Its metal is aluminum. Its color is orange and plaids. Its energy is most noticeable on Wednesday. Aquarius vibrates to the musical note of F. Pisces. Its metals are platinum, silver, and tin. Its color is violet purple. Its energy is most noticeable on Friday. Pisces vibrates to the musical note of G. Those signs also have numerical values. I recommend the study of numerology in addition to astrology. There is much to learn.
Love. Advice to the lovelorn. Dear lovelorn, before you waste your time on yet another bum, save the wear and tear on the body by going directly to their stars. It's all there. People subconsciously recognize each other's stars. Positive and negative aspects in a chart between two people will act out on the stage of life as likes and dislikes. Positive and negative aspects are equally magnetic to humans, karmic even. There must be an astrological connection or you could never meet. The stars are that precise. Using a universal chart with Aries in the ascendant position, place your own stars and their stars on the same chart. If they fight, so will you. Steer clear of deadly or overpowering stars against either of your luminaries in the chart. These people are dangerous. It would be prudent to weed out harmful energies in your life by seeing it first on paper. The universal chart uses Aries at the ascendant position or eastern horizon. This levels the playing field. Aries is assigned to all beginnings as spring begins in Aries for the world. Using an Aries chart to view our stars shows how we fit into our world. Too many empty houses indicate an unbalanced individual. Beneficial planets on beneficial planets indicate that these people are good for each other. Evil or outer planets in your chart matching up to a luminary on the other person's chart is an indicator of a secret enemy. A person is impelled to love a person whose life force, sun or moon, is at the same place as his or her own natal moon. A person is impelled to share with a person whose life force is aligned with their own natal Jupiter. A person is impelled to be attracted to another whose life force is aligned with their own natal Venus. A person is impelled to be angry with or fiercely attracted by another whose life force is aligned with their own natal Mars. A person is impelled to have thoughts about another whose life force is aligned with their own natal Mercury. A person is impelled to feel fear or coercion by a person whose life force is aligned with their own natal Pluto. A person is impelled to feel restriction, discipline, or loss by a person whose life force is aligned with their own natal Saturn. A person is impelled to feel surprise by a person whose life force is aligned with their own natal Uranus. A person is impelled to feel deception or illusion by a person whose life force is aligned with their own natal Neptune. A person is impelled to feel blessed by a person whose life force is aligned with their own North Node. A person is impelled to be too giving in a relationship with a person whose life force is aligned with their own South Node. Know the astrological energies of those who surround you in life. See the problems and the opportunities on paper clearly. Review any future marriage carefully for best results on the chart first. Choose a harmonious wedding day for future happiness, for the quality of the first breath of anything tells its future. To find love, find the stars that reflect it in the harmonious positioning of kind stars and aspects between two entities. Cultivate these relationships. All people, places, and things have a beginning date and stars reflecting that date. The money files. People are always asking about love and money. Has life been holding you back? It is time to set some more realistically achievable goals. We have been told that we aren't tall enough, smart enough, rich enough, pretty enough, etc. Forget all that. The question is, are we determined enough? Anything one truly wants in life can be achieved through the use of astrology. Bear in mind that one cannot have what the stars have not promised. Timing is everything. There is a tendency to experience the natal stars in any aspect. If the natal planetary aspects are afflicted or not kind, one may experience difficulty repeatedly even though the transiting planets reflect harmony. All things must be considered. Since the first breath of something determines its future, those starting a business should choose a date harmonious with their own natal stars and harmonious alone. Perfection is probably not possible with the very nature of planetary rates of travel. It includes many beneficial aspects as is possible with the inner planets and luminaries. In this manner, one can create their own future over a period of time. Act when the universal energies are harmonious and hesitate when in an aspect out of sync with the natural energies. Make this a habit. Hire employees that can be trusted. Certain partnerships are lucky. Know how to find these individuals. Take advantage of lucky times during business dealings to gain preference whenever possible. Do job interviews on days when the transiting moon is on the life force. Much time is wasted in training or waiting for things to happen. We don't often think about making them happen for ourselves. Time is precious. We each came fully equipped naturally to this earth by divine right according to our own natal stars to succeed at something. Our stars are a promise from God. Unhappiness is not knowing what that something is. What did you want to be when you were a child? Look for good aspects to Venus for benefits in the areas of both love and money, for she is the same planet. Mercury shows contracts, communications, decisions, good or bad. Jupiter reveals areas of expansion, spending 1 year in each sign. Seize opportunities when presented. Aspects to Mars seem to play a part in stock market finances according to its 2-year rate of planetary travel. Remember, the opposite houses of both Taurus and Libra have Mars energy. Follow your stars for future stock investment insight as the wheel changes. Buy cheap, sell high when the moon is in Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Buy high, sell cheap when the moon is in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Stay alert for potential opportunities coming from planetary aspects. Go to places represented by the signs that are sending beneficial rays at times when the aspect is expected to be triggered by the daily moon. Be at the right place at the right time. Make things happen. Get more satisfaction from the efforts exerted. One would wonder if what I am saying is true. Why have we not been taught about this before? Why, indeed. Astrology has been demonized in society as nonsense and even evil. It is neither. It is electronic and it is a universally pervasive energy. FCC regulations prohibit dispensing instruction on the airwaves about astrology. It is presented as mysterious, practiced only by oddballs. Many of the greatest men in history were astrologers. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, Nostradamus, Sir Isaac Newton, Benjamin Franklin, Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, Mark Twain. Many more than I can name are included in the list. You get the picture. The areas of life that astrology is useful in are many. Each person bears the mark of his or her planetary afflictions in the chart upon the body at birth in the form of at least a freckle. If an animal's birth date is known, it is possible to match the owner stars to the pet. An animal's chart can be cast to see how a pet thinks or if they would bite. A chart can be done on a potential residence using the date on the inside of the fuse box cover. Even houses think, feel, and react to energy. Computer glitches are afflictions of air or communications. Dreams are just a continuation of the human brain receiving planetary aspects as thought continually. Relocation can be assessed on paper before a move is made to assess the kind or evil nature of the place you plan to move in relationship to one's own stars. Weather is affected by the energy in the cosmos. Mars, in an air sign, would produce energetic or angry air in bad aspect to the moon. People are motivated to commit crimes and acts of violence, or at least have thoughts of such, when their own evil stars are triggered. Even the elements are potentially dangerous at times, inanimate as they seem. When many planets are in fire, I must be cautious to extinguish flames even twice. Products can be purchased at fortunate times for better results. Catastrophic illness can be traced to severely afflicted natal stars. Illness will stem from locations of the afflicted planets in the parts of the body they rule. Potential instances of death are shown in the chart by luminaries severely afflicted by malefic energies. Jupiter must be strong to overcome the obstacle or caution exercised. The answer to hard stars is work. Work passes time necessary for the stars to move into better position. One cannot fail by working. The world is constantly presenting obstacles to us. We are not incompetent. It isn't us. When we are attempting to do something that is not harmonious, obstacles occur. At another time, the small task would occur with ease. We live for those times as astrologers. When the world no longer fights our energy and the doors swing wide to let us in is what we are shooting for. In other words, success. All people experience difficulties, both mental and physical. No one escapes. Likewise, all people experience successful times. The wheel just tells us when it will occur. I can smile when obstacles arrive now and trace the problem on the chart. By not giving up, but choosing a better time, I can proceed. The study of astrology is time-consuming. It is a lifelong pursuit for all who have seen its magic and mystery. You will never see the truth any clearer in life than the simple truth contained in your natal chart. Learn the truth about your world. These simple planetary energies alone and in combination are all that anyone has ever felt and all that has ever been thought about over the centuries. In this crazy world, the rules are continually changing. It is impossible to keep up with new words being used for the same old thing. These techniques are designed to keep the public off balance, insecure. One barely learns something before it becomes obsolete. We are spinning our wheels complacent, non-thinking individuals, or so they hope. Get off the merry-go-round, people. There is only one truth for all. Learn astrology and be secure in who you are, as is. Follow your stars. Timing from the standpoint of Earth. Time has been adjusted over the centuries to reflect the solar year and the seasonal equinoxes. When the previously accepted Julian calendar became 10 days out of synchronicity with the spring solstice, Pope Gregory XIII decreed that the following day following October 4th, 1582, be changed to October 15th, 1582. The Gregorian calendar. The Pope used an astronomer to reset the solstices to proper positions. Using the new system, each future century that could be divided by 400 would be a leap year, and one day would be added. The year 2000 had one extra day added. In relation to the seasons, the Gregorian calendar is nearly perfect and has been adopted as the universal measure of civil time. Ephemeris information has never been updated to reflect this arbitrary time change, an argument used to discredit astrology. Another reason astronomers cite astrology as invalid is that the current night sky does not coincide with the sun signs of ancient times. This phenomena is called the precession of the equinoxes. Due to the wobble effect of Earth and the passage of thousands of years, the night sky pattern has undergone a slow shift. Now, when the sun rises in Aries on the spring equinox, it is actually positioned in Pisces, approximately 30 degrees off. When the ephemeris places Saturn in Gemini, the almanac reflects its position in Taurus. The solar year equals 365 days. This represents the time it takes for the Earth to revolve once around the Sun, or the Sun to travel once around the chart. The Moon moves 13 degrees per day and travels around the entire chart approximately once a month. Additionally, the theoretical Moon moves around the entire chart each day, marking 2-hour increments through the signs from dawn to dawn. During the solstice, day and night hours are of equal length. The planets are viewed from Earth in a narrow band of sky, 8 degrees on either side of the ecliptic, or the Sun's apparent path. This zodiac band is not parallel to the equator, but at a slight tilt. Try not to get too caught up in trying for perfection in timing. As you can see, nobody really knows what time it is. The Sun's position indicates the time of year. The Moon's position indicates the time of day. From the current Sun sign for the day, the Moon moves mentally in 2-hour increments through each sign every day. It is your trigger. When faced with questions of timing, experiment. Every science and religion has undergone modifications over the years because of new discoveries. Astrology has not changed in centuries. It is aspects that cause planetary action in the chart. Use ephemeris information and weigh the other factors when determining what works best for you. The world constantly gives us omens and signals of planetary actions through the signs. Follow your omens.